Hello and welcome to Chuck's Diecast Car and Model Reviews. Today we are taking a look at one of my favorite Formula One cars. This is a model of the Ferrari 641 as driven by Nigel Mansell. This model is made by Exoto in 1/18th scale. I happen to think this is just a beautiful, beautiful race car, and Formula One cars of the late 80s and early 90s, in my opinion, are the prettiest Formula One cars. But this car is actually so pretty that the first time I saw one was when I took a visit to the Museum of Modern Art in New York. They happen to have a Ferrari 641 on display, along with a Ferrari F40 and also a Ferrari engine on a plinth. But the 641 is the only one that still remains at the museum. In fact, about 15 or so years later, I went back to the Museum of Modern Art, and it was not on actual public display, but it was actually, you could see it through a window hanging on a wall vertically in like a meeting room. So it is still there, and it is still a beautiful car. Now again, this model is made by Exoto, and Exoto does make some great Formula One car models. I have several, in fact, and I'm very happy with all of them. They all have great detail, and so this is a terrific model. This car did race in the 1990 Formula One season. It nearly won the championship. I believe it finished second in the championship. Alain Prost actually won, I believe, 5 races in this car, and Nigel Mansell managed to win only 1. But this is Nigel's car, and well, hey, everybody loves Nigel Mansell, so let's take a look at this model here, okay? First of all, the graphics and the paint all look terrific here. As you can see, the tires look really good. You can see these are Speedline wheels. They even include the valve stem on there. Again, nicely detailed on the wheels. And you can even, if you look hard enough, see the brake rotors and calipers in there. They're kind of deep in there, but also the center lock nut looks very good in there as well. So definitely very nice, and you can see also the advertising and the graphics and the paint there. You can see it even has I guess what do you call lock nuts or whatever you want to call it, visible, holding down the cowling. So all that looks very, very nice. You can see here from the front, again, awesome detail. And I'm really very happy with this. You can see the very cool little headrest for the driver with the Ferrari crest there as well. So all very cool. Looking at the back here, aerodynamics in these days were not the greatest, but still, you can see a diffuser. You can see the rain light on the back. Also, here's the jack mount there as well. So all that looks very, very good. Gotta love the Jeep advertising there on the rear wing there too. That is, if I can focus it for you. But there you go. All right, all that looks very good. The rear suspension all looks really nice there as well, if you can see that. So I'm very, very happy with that. The other thing about these Exoto models, which is why I like them so much, is they are full opening Formula One car models, which is pretty darn rare. So let's take a look here underneath the cowling, and we can see all that detailing in there for the 3.5 liter V12 that this car had. I believe it had about 680 horsepower, but these cars also weighed about roughly 1,200 pounds. So, you know, definitely great power weight ratio, you know, essentially comparable to those we have today, because Formula One cars weigh about as much as a school bus. The exhaust there looks very nice. You can see here the fuel tank inside carbon fiber. You can take this off the intake and look at the velocity stacks. All that looks really nice, and they even, you know, put in the heat shielding there at the bottom of the belly. You can see the carbon fiber texture there on the floor pan there as well. So all that looks fantastic. You can see here they did a nice job here on the seat belts there too. You know, they are separate units, and all that looks very, very good. Again, you can see the shocks for the front suspension there, you know, above the steering wheel. All that looks terrific. And then when you take a look at the, well, actually, let's start with the steering wheel. You'll notice there are paddles behind the steering wheel and no shift lever, as you know most other Formula One cars had at the time. This is one of the first cars to have the semi-automatic gearbox. I believe the previous year's iteration of the Ferrari had the semi-automatic gearbox, and then of course they continued it in this car. You can see you know, nice detail here on the steering wheel, and the tack, which is just that quarter circle sort of screen there behind the steering wheel, looks really cool. And you know, not much at all on the steering wheel back in these days. You know, they probably had what, radio button and maybe a drinks button on there back then. I mean, they didn't have a pit lane speed limit back then, so there's no pit lane speed limiter button. So yeah, definitely really, really nice detail on this car. I really, really am happy with this model. So let's go ahead and reassemble her here. We'll put the intake back on. I mean, that brown color probably means it's made of Kevlar. And we'll put the cowling back on there, and there you go. This is the Ferrari 641 as made by Exoto. Just a fantastic model, and I am so happy to have it in my collection now. Take care and have a nice day, and of course please like and subscribe if you can. Goodbye now.